Ooh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Ooh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her, yeah. And she gon' work that round. I'ma mess around and drown when she drop that down. Now my phone be blowing up, I like not right now. Oh, I swear that she a next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic cause she move, she be cousin steady. I be straight up like an addict, might become an addict. Now I gotta have it, had enough with all the moves, yeah, move here. Ooh, let me grab it now, I'm on 1 year. Now I'm not done yet, told her wait right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out, this is not no way. Go and grab that friend, and you know what's next, stay. You been rockin' with it all-star, baby, and I know you coming early like a five-star, baby. Packing out the seat, this ain't no hostile, baby, and they know me in the city like a mob star. Ooh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Ooh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her, yeah.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace, you gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience under pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. Bought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition, they ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing yet. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas, you gon' see the...
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah.
Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. What is, shout out to Lil Bubble. Lil Bubble in the chat. What is going on, bro? Thank you for stopping by. I think maybe Multi-Sig Dummy pinged you, but shout out to Lil Bubble. He said maybe we should get Lil Bubble in the house. Shout out to Lil Bubble. He's here, baby. But what is going on, Mafia? We got a lot to look at on today's live stream as Bitcoin is kind of just bing-bonging sideways. Are we going to be able to make another move to the upside? Now, obviously, guys, things are looking pretty bullish. We got bullish market structure all over the place. And I'll be honest here, guys. With the indicators, you do have to start taking these bearish confirmations or these bearish signals with a little bit of a grain of salt. But I want to talk, as Bitcoin kind of consolidates here, are we going to completely close our minds to a potential pullback? Obviously not. So today I want to go over the bullish case and the bearish case specifically. I want to talk, because we already kind of covered a potential pullback, if we get it, where we could look down to those key levels. So in today's live stream, I almost said video. I guess it's still technically a video. But I want to talk about those next targets to the upside, guys. Could we see a $100,000 Bitcoin sooner than later? Well, I want to talk about the next targets up at higher prices. And I'll be honest, guys, there's not much in the way of where we are now and $100,000. Now, we do have some local targets, but to be quite honest, those next big targets to the upside are around that six-figure mark for Bitcoin. So I want to break down the bullish case, the bearish case. I'll let you guys know which way I'm leaning and how I am personally trading this as the markets just continue to get even more exciting. So shout out to the CandleMafia. Smash that like button if you guys have not already. Smash that like button. Every 100 likes will give you guys some free chances to win some free crypto on Friday's live stream. Show Lil Bubble some love in the chat, guys. If you do not know who Lil Bubble is, you gotta go check him out. He makes some fire crypto music. It's insane. It's actually crazy. I hadn't known about Lil Bubble for quite some time. It's actually crazy that he's in my chat right now. So shout out to Lil Bubble, bro. Big fan. You might not know this, but Frankie Candle's been a fan for a while. So shout out to Lil Bubble. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump on into chat here, guys. And we have seen some crazy things on the altcoins, guys. XRP, as we were looking at. I think we even said it on Friday. Was it Friday's live stream? Are we going to see a $1.20 something XRP soon? I think it's possible based off the volume profiles. Where is XRP sitting right now? Well, currently it's sitting at about $1.12, but we did come up and hit our target not only on XRP, guys, breaking that doorway to higher prices before seeing that big move to the upside, but we've now hit both major targets on XRP, and on top of that, we also looked at some upper targets for Solana. Guys, we came up to these exact targets on Solana as well. Not one, but both of them. Both tapped perfectly. So I want to give you guys some updates on XRP and Solana, as well as some of the other altcoins that we'll break into a little bit later on in the stream. Absolutely. Yeah, woo, Lil Bubble. Shout out to, can't even see that name. Looks like Chris. Shout out to Chris. But yeah, shout out to the Mafia, guys. We got XRP. Like goal, shout out to XRP, says, okay, so the like goal today is going to be 1,000 likes, guys. We're going to try to make that 1,000 like goal a milestone. I think there was some funny business going on the last live stream, but just so you guys know, listen, the like goals are actually, I don't know if this is true or not, but if you do, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you can do this. But if anybody buys likes for the stream, this is actually very, very bad for the channel. So please don't do that. I think it's bad. But yeah, there was some fun. I think there was some funny business on the last stream. We got like a crazy amount of likes for the amount of people we had in there. But hey, we're just going to go with everybody smash the like button. So shout out to you guys. Smash that like button if you have not already. We got Digital Rush in the chat. And shout out to, who said it? XRP something. Shout out to you, bro. Finally, XRP in that $1 range. Absolutely unbelievable. We got Jay Violet in the chat. Jesse dropping those super chats. Thank you so much for that, bro. He said, Frankie the real goat, smash that like button. Let's get it. That's his second super chat. Thank you to Jesse. Thank you for dropping those. He said smash that like button. If I didn't say it enough already. Shout out to Jesse. Thank you for doing that, bro. We got ICP Alpha in the chat, said ADA to $1. We'll take a look at Cardano as well. We got Trond in the chat. We got I'm My Hero. Good to see you. Gen Z, good to see you. We got Pennywise, everybody's favorite clown. We think he's friendly, but we're not 100% sure. Shout out to Pennywise. And International dropping those candles in the chat, guys. Show our mods some love in the chat, guys. We got Rob the Crypto Snob, Darren Does Things, Dave Digital, Tyler Durden, Chemistry Bro, Crypto Anon, Crypto Billy, Captain Kirk. You guys know who they are. Show them some love in the chat. And while you guys do that, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts and see if we can find these next targets and just keep getting them hit. This is great time, guys. We're just drawing those targets and having price come up. So let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's get it. Shout out to Mike Vito, said the mods are awesome. Yeah, shout out to you, bro. Absolutely. BTC will moon and Doge and Dog will be there. Shout out to Multisig Dummy. I don't know if you meant to write Doge, but shout out to Multisig. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. Oh, Dog, actual ticker Dog. Okay, maybe we'll take a look at that as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and the meme coin's going crazy as well, guys. So we'll take a look at some of those on top of all the other alts. But let's go ahead and jump right on. Crypto Billy in the chat. Billy, good to see you, bro. Thank you for being here. Guys, show the mod some love. But let's go ahead and jump in here, guys. Now, obviously, I'm actually going to start here on the higher time frames because, I mean, not really a ton to update here, but we got to go through them, excuse me, as the higher time frames could hold a lot of weight on where that next kind of big move is going to happen. So taking a look here at the daily, guys, one good thing, and I do want to talk about a potential bearish sign popping up on the weekly and why I'm not necessarily super worried about it. Here's the thing, guys, right? As a trader, right, we look at all different time frames. We try to find every single trading opportunity. Not that we take every single trading opportunity, but we are able to make money as traders on every little up and down if the setup is there, right? Not that we're just trading every single up and down. But we can make money on this little push to the downside and this little push to the upside in the same exact way. So, oftentimes we will look at bearish signs and we have to keep them in mind. But just to zoom out here, guys, we are in a bull market, right? This is very clearly a bull market, and in my opinion, we have been in a bull market for a good amount of time here, right? We are making, a high time frame market structure has been bullish for a while here, and as we continue up, not even taking into consideration the timing of the cycles, right? If we pull up the cycle chart here real quick, we are right on time here, guys, right? You get the halving to come through. Obviously, we made a new all-time high before the halving this time, which was a little bit different, but we basically get that halving. We go sideways, and then late October, early November, we absolutely explode to the upside, and this is just looking right on time. And this is the reason I bring this up is because when I look at this bearish, signal potentially popping up on the weekly, I am not super, super worried about it because with where we are in the market right now, not that it couldn't give us a big pullback, and I don't really want to cover a super bearish scenario, guys, but, it's all potential possibilities. If I'm looking for a big correction, it doesn't mean it has to happen, but maybe we'll cover that as well. But it's not that this bearish confirmation or bearish signal couldn't give us a pullback, but I am taking it with a little bit more of a grain of salt based off where we are in the cycle, right? You guys can see here, and I'll just talk about it right now, right? Obviously, we have put in a massive higher high here on the weekly, and this momentum wave and VWAP more specifically, you see that white VWAP wave coming to the downside, looking to potentially start working its way down. Now, if we were to just see this continue coming down, cross over that zero line, and give us a red dot, by textbook, right, by the rules, we would definitely have a weekly bearish divergence with our higher highs on our price action, lower highs on our momentum waves. But obviously, guys, I am not going to be looking at this as a super scary warning sign. Now, again, am I ignoring it completely? Absolutely not. Is it possible that this weekly bear div could give us a big pullback? Again, I'm not necessarily looking down to 28K, but is it possible to give us a bigger pullback? Maybe, right? It's definitely possible. It is on the charts. But with where we are in the cycle, I am not taking this with the same weight as this big weekly bearish divergence that we had deeper into the cycle, where we were kind of already expecting from a timing perspective that the top would be coming in, right? The timing is kind of playing out here at this point. Anyone looking for $100,000 was calling for some kind of super cycle, which is completely different from what we've seen in the past. And anytime people start saying this time is different, usually those people get wrecked. The scary thing about that is at some point they will be right, and every cycle that goes by, it gets a little bit more probable that it's going to be more different every time we go forward, right? As the market just changes completely, as we get bigger money into the market, regulation, all that stuff, eventually we are going to see something much different happen. In my opinion, I think Bitcoin will stable out more like the stock market, something like that, as the asset matures, right? That's just kind of how it works. The higher the market cap, the more kind of stable it becomes. But we had this weekly bearish divergence here at the top of 2021, but again, from a timing perspective, from a cycle perspective, this was getting pretty close to what we thought would probably be the top. Anyone calling for 100K here was calling for some kind of super cycle. 30K is the bottom, guys. We're gonna, it's gonna be the longest bull run ever. We're gonna hit 100K, and it never wound up happening, right? And that was topped out here with a weekly bearish divergence, higher highs on our price action, lower highs on our momentum waves, with that money flow starting to leak to the downside. And this is where I was kind of saying, hey guys, we got that weekly bearish divergence. I don't know. This weekly bear div and this weekly blood diamond, which we had never seen. I was calling for a potential big drop into the bear market, and I got absolutely cooked when I brought that up because nobody wants to hear that price is going down. But your boy Frankie Candles is here to give you that information, just completely raw. I am not going to just sugarcoat things when things look bad. Now, with the situation we're seeing here, sure, that daily weekly bearish divergence could potentially form here, but it's not as worrisome as back here. Again, timing-wise, also money flow-wise. You can see here money flow on the weekly is continuing to the upside, and that indicates the overall trend. So even if we did get that weekly bear div, I would still, at least at this point, be looking at this as a potential, if we do pull back, and we're going to talk about the bullish case in a second as well, guys, because we are definitely bullish. I want to be very clear. this is just one signal that could pop up. And again, in a bull market like this, those weekly bear divs, like even red dots, all these bearish signals oftentimes don't play out as aggressively as in a bear market or even a sideways market. So keep that in mind. I am bullish, but I just have to bring this up. Again, it's not even printing yet. We still need to get that red dot for it to print. But again, money flow looks pretty good here. This indicates the overall trend will likely continue up. So even if we did get that bear div, say to print by the end of the week or something like that, I don't know if that's going to happen. But if it did, I would still be looking at this as a lackluster pullback to potentially put in a higher low and then continue off to much, much higher prices. Now, there's a million other possibilities of what can happen here. But guys, we are in a bull market, and I am not trying to fade the bulls when we are in these explosive moves to the upside. You got to be really, really careful. But yeah, that is potentially printing there. I had a couple people ask me that question, so I wanted to go over that and kind of why I'm not holding it as seriously as something like back here. But again, that does not mean we're ignoring it. Now, coming on down to the 3-day, VWAP starting to come down here. We are potentially looking to print these red dots here on the higher daily time frames. Now, is this something we looked at last week? They are not printing yet, right? These are not print. They're not there until they're there, right? But those VWAPs coming down could potentially make us anticipate these red dots to come in pretty soon. 2-day red dot is confirmed, but didn't really give us much of a pullback. This is kind of what you can expect from these bearish confirmations or bearish signals in a bull market, right? You get that 2-day red dot. Typically, 2-day red dots, even if it's not a divergence, will give you some move, right? Red dot here. You get a little continuation down. I mean, even you got a red dot here, big move down, red dot here, big move down, so on and so forth, right? But in this big move, sometimes these bearish signals, these little higher time frame red dots only give you a little, and then you're just kind of right back to where you were. So again, they didn't really get too much from that 2-day red dot. Daily VWAP kind of just hanging out below the zero line here. Not too much to take away from this. But overall, guys, on the higher time frames, if we're going to get a pullback, just watching those higher time frame red dots. But other than that, I want to jump in here locally, right? Because this is what most people want to take a look at. And like I said, guys, we are bullish here, right? Like the number one thing we were looking at all the way since back here was that daily market structure, right? We took a look at Lux Algo. Seeing that we had that bullish change of character, looking for a lackluster pullback to put in a higher low and then break structure to the upside. We got it. From then on, we are looking for lackluster pullbacks for higher lows and breaks of structure to the upside. This is a massive uptrend. And again, the trend is your friend until the end, right? So, and right now the trend is for sure up, not only on the daily, but basically every other time frame. Things are looking bullish, so there's no reason, eventually we're going to stop trending up at some point. But I don't know. Like, everything is just super, super bullish looking here. Just continuously making higher lows and higher highs. So yeah, sometimes when I look for pullbacks, sometimes I think people can think I'm being bearish, but that's not the case. I am definitely bullish right now, even if we are looking for smaller pullbacks. Now, moving forward. Again, Bitcoin over the weekend, guys, I'll be quite honest. Like, there's not too much to update within this price action other than we're kind of just still bing-bonging around in our general levels that we looked at last week. And wait until we get to the altcoins, guys. Like, XRP hitting our targets, Solana hitting the targets. The TA, like, although, Bitcoin's in price discovery, the TA right now is absolutely slapping. All crypto is trading extremely technically right now. And you can just see this when I show you the altcoins and all those targets that have been hit. It's just absolutely insane. But, for the most part, checking back in on Bitcoin after the weekend, we kind of just wiggled sideways. Nothing really too crazy to look at. Our major value area still sits here between about 92.74 all the way down to about 87.939. So as long as we kind of remain within this volume profile, I am simply going to be treating this as a range. Looking for longs at the lows, shorts at the highs, until we wind up either breaking up, which we're going to talk about those higher targets in a second, or we get the bigger correction to the downside. Very likely we will be in a position in the premium Discord, either from the high or the low, and then whatever way this breaks out, we'll either get stopped out of the other end of the trade, and then they'll let the winner run. Now, the levels to the downside remain pretty much exactly the same, guys. Locally, we do have some more local levels down here, but big golden pocket I will be looking at is about 82.6, and this is just all the same. These are all the same levels I was looking at last week, right? We have that golden pocket with that daily naked point of control confluence here. Golden pocket, daily naked point of control. If we start losing that, we could potentially look to come down into this naked value area where we have the POC of that range. We have a daily naked point of control and a 786 Fibonacci retracement. So if we did get some kind of a bigger pullback here, these are going to be two big zones that I am looking at for bounces, right? And again, these are the same exact levels as Friday. Nothing has really changed there. And then a little bit more locally, we do have the, just let me zoom in a little bit here. We'll go to like the 1 hour, within this range, right? Value area low sitting here at about 87,974. You know, if we start losing this range, you know, can we potentially, let me hide that position, you know, can we potentially come down here? We likely have a lot of liquidity sitting below these lows. Could we come down there and potentially, you know, get a bigger move, deviate from the range, and then start messing around with that range low? In a bull market, guys, I will be watching this as another kind of key level because, again, right, when you have a massive bull market, you don't really have a lot of consolidation that happens on the way up, right? You get a big move up, consolidation, big move up, little consolidation, big move up, and now we're getting some significant consolidation. So, you know, sometimes when you get those pullbacks, if we get any bullish confirmations as we approach these range lows, we will be looking for long positions here as well. We also have some local fibs up in here on top of the liquidity that's likely sitting here as well. You know, so that is kind of more of a local level. And if you pull your actual golden pocket here from the low to the high, you can see that golden pocket at about 84,284, right, just below those wicks. So maybe we kind of come down, take those liquidations into this key level of support. But for the longer term, these are kind of the bigger levels that I would be looking at. And there you go, right? Other than that, just looking at this as a typical range, we come down to the lows. We're looking for those bullish confirmations. If we don't get them, we wait for the lower level. If we don't get them, we wait for the bigger pullback. And we'll just be waiting, right? Trading is a game of trapping, guys, not a game of hunting. You are setting your traps on the chart and waiting for price to come into that trap and give you those confirmations before you actually take the trades. Now, if with the bullish market structure here, guys, with the fact that we are definitely in a bull market, if we break to the upside, I will say the next target above remains the same as yesterday's live stream, but I mean Friday's live stream. But I do also want to talk about some higher levels here because things could get pretty exciting if we do not get a rejection of this current all-time high at $93,550, right? We know, we looked at this on Friday, we have some liquidity sitting above these levels. So what does this do? This opens up, and number one, we know those liquidations could potentially act as a magnet for price, right? So if we continue up, we're going to expect to get gravitated towards this zone. And if we start to take those liquidations above this high, this is a reassess the situation kind of deal, right? If we come up there and we start interacting with those liquidations, I will be reassessing the situation if we get there, right? If we start to see signals where we are sweeping that liquidity for a bigger correction, we will be looking for a short position. And again, not looking for a short to zero, but little ebbs and flows, right? If you look for a short up here, you didn't need it to go to zero. You're just looking for it to go back down to the value area low. And then if it gets a bigger breakdown, you can hold a portion of that trade and let the winner run. So just not looking for shorts from zero to zero from here. But if we start getting those confirmations in the premium Discord, we will look for short positions up here for a potential correction back down to the value area low, or even potentially to those lower levels that we just looked at. However, when we come up and we start interacting with these liquidations, guys, it could cause a bigger liquidation event where we get a big wick, and because once those shorts start getting stopped out, it will add market buy pressure to the market as those shorts are forced to buy back their positions. So that will cause likely a big quick move to the upside, and this is where the fun starts, because if you don't get those bearish confirmations above this high for a bigger correction down, this is kind of where we don't have much in the way, guys. And I'm actually going to pull up the Bitstamp chart to take a look at this with you guys, because the only levels that we have above us right now, or at least the major ones that I'm looking at, is going to be on this golden Fibonacci extension sitting at about between 95K and 97,684. This is a big zone. However, if we pull up some of our larger targets, I'm going to go ahead and come into the object tree here, pull up our moon mission. You guys know this, right? If you have been watching the channel for quite some time, and by quite some time, I mean any point since we've been looking at this these Fibonacci extension targets, right? And for the most part, the big targets were, number one, once we broke out of the all-time high and we started going to price discovery, the big target we were looking at was between 81 and $83,000. That was kind of that first zone. We broke out of there. The next major target was really between about $90,000 and $91,000, which is kind of where we're hung up right now. Now, if we start cracking these levels, right, we crack this level of resistance that we're at right now, the next big target, guys, is kind of sitting at $100K, $101,523. Now, this doesn't guarantee that we just get a Lambo candle up there. However, it's not impossible, right? And number one, you have the liquidity above, which could assist in a move up. And if we pull up the spider lines here real quick, you guys can see the next major zone of spider lines is sitting like right in that $100,000 zone. The first one is technically sitting here at about 9, depending on what time, when we get up there, because this trends up over time, obviously. But, sitting at 99.8, almost basically $100K. This whole zone up here is that next macro target to the upside. And then, if you're looking for more local targets, you can always pull your Fibonacci extensions locally here from the current high to this swing low here. And again, 95 to 97.7. That could give you a little bit of a hang up. But to be quite honest, once you get up there, guys, we are getting very, very close to those higher macro targets. Again, around $100,000, which is absolutely insane. I mean, at this point, we're only about 10% from 100K, guys. Like, Bitcoin's basically there. Hopefully, we could come up and actually tap it. That would be super, super. Darren Does Things says, right, 100K incoming, send it. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Not a guarantee, guys, not a guarantee. It's an if this, then that statement. Like I said, we do have opportunities to see pullbacks here on some of those local levels. But in the grand scheme of things, guys, on the higher time frames, it really is looking like that next major target is flying up here. Like, even if I just pull up the upper targets here, right? Like, this major spider line zone is a big, big zone of resistance sitting between $100,000 and $103,000. If we crack this level, if we crack that $100,000, $103,000 level, guys, I'll be honest, probably going to be setting my targets a lot higher as things could ramp up very, very quickly. Potentially looking up $136,000 to $137,000, guys, does continue to kind of pop up in all different types of analysis that I'm doing, not only on the Fibonacci extensions, but also many other things such as the spider lines. We have major, major spider lines in that $137 zone as well. And again, I'm not saying we're definitely 100% going up there right now, but I will say, like, things are looking pretty bullish. If we break out of here, things could get going pretty quickly. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at. And again, it really just comes down to having patience for those higher targets to get hit, guys. Like, even the bigger Fibonacci retracements or extensions that we were looking at from the all-time high in 2021 pulled all the way to the bear market lows here of 2022. That major number one target, which is, based off this target number one is based off this Fibonacci retracement or extension at 81.6. Right? And what happened? We got that push up into that fib level almost exactly when we got that move up, right? Push right in there, and then flipped it to support before continuing on to our next target, which again was sitting right here between 88.8 and $91,000. And that is where we're hanging out right now. And simply put, we break out of there, regardless of those intermediary levels that we have in between, which again are important, and we just went over them. I will be looking for trades at these levels, but for the most part, that's the next real big target to the upside, not only on the extensions, but also looking at those spider lines. We'll see. Can we see a $100,000 Bitcoin sooner than later? We'll have to see what happens. It's all going to depend, in my opinion, at what happens, number one, once we approach the all-time highs here at $93,350, right? If we don't get those bearish confirmations, not much in the way of getting us up to that $101,000, $102,000 Bitcoin. Now, to keep in mind here, something to keep in mind is $100,000, guys. I know it's not an actual level here technically, but that $100,000 level exactly, right? I'll even grab it here, and I'll put the coordinates as a 100,000, right? That psychological level is going to be pretty big, in my opinion, right? Probably a lot of limit orders here, right? So between 100 and 104,650 is going to be that kind of next major target, because obviously the $100,000 psychological target could wind up giving us a sticking point or potentially rejection. But for the most part, guys, not many big levels up here. Really just paying attention, between where we are now and 100K, really only paying attention to these local targets that we just looked at. And again, I wish I could say, guys, that this is a doorway to higher prices, and if we break and hold above here, we're definitely going to 100K. I wish I could say that, but we do have these technical fib targets up here, again, between 95, 170. So if we do break out, like, the technical levels are, 95, 170 up to 96, 392, and then into 97, 800. And then once we break above there, that's where I think the fun really starts into that six-figure Bitcoin. But we're pretty much there. Like, we're kind of splitting hairs here, to be quite honest, guys. Like, in my opinion, even if we got a big pullback from where we are now, which isn't impossible, we're just still so close to 100K. And speaking of a potential pullback from where we are now, guys, again, like I said, I'm just treating this as a local range. However, I will say this, right? As we look at some of these other time frames, especially on Market Cipher B, 4-hour red dot looking to print, money flow technically coming to the downside here. I am not trying to make any huge predictions. Like, in a bull market like this, guys, we are in and out of the trades, jumping in, grabbing our bag, especially on the shorts, jumping in, grabbing our bag, jumping out, and then with the long positions, trying to be a bit more greedy with them for another explosive move to the upside. However, 3-hour money flow technically still trending down here, right? 2-hour Money flow trending down here. Now, in a bull market, it is not impossible to see this go into the red and then just come right back into a big green wave. We're in a little bit of a sticky situation with where we are in the cycle, and kind of just trusting the money flow 100%. It's still very reliable, but, we talked about this on Friday. If you bring it all the way back to, previous times where we've just been in parabolic rips to the upside, oftentimes, the hourly money flow, 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, all this stuff, right, does tend to spend much more time in the green than the red. Now, do the red money flow crossovers give you drops to the downside? Yes, but you can see we did not spend a lot of time down here back in November of 2020. Right, we kind of dumped down, right? Money flow came in the red, but then we were right back into the green for a big continuation up. And that is just hashtag bull market. And it's just the situation that we're dealing with right now. And it's, there's points in the cycle when you're looking at the markets, it's like, more often than not, this money flow coming out with lower time frame bearish confirmations is a recipe for a big trend to the downside. But we have, take this for a perfect example. You see that 2 hour money flow cross into the red. It is more likely at this point for those bearish signals to play out like this, not giving us that big red money flow wave and just coming back into the green. It is more likely for that to be the case in a massive bull market than seeing those money flow crossovers give us massive moves to the downside. So again, keeping those bearish signals, taking them with somewhat of a grain of salt. Not that I'm not taking shorts, right? If we do get a bigger pullback, hopefully we can catch a short up here and capitalize on that. But right now, just playing the range here. And again, if this was any other market environment, I'd be like, I don't know, guys, 2 hour money flow coming out, 4 hour money flow coming out, right? 4 hour red dot looking to print. I think we're going to get a trend to the downside. I'd be much more likely to call for that if we were not in the environment we're in right now. So just keep that in mind. Very, very not a difficult trading environment, but if you're looking for scalp shorts, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful right now. Here we go. At the top, yo, shout out to Jesse. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you for always tuning in and sticking with us here, through this crazy Bitcoin price action. Shout out to Wick's wife, Fine89 said, I want to be a special mod. Why is Mark so special? Yo, shout out to Mark. Shout out to Mark Dutch. Let's see. Dot and link, please. Yes, we will be taking a look at the altcoins in just a minute, guys. But that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. You guys can feel free to screenshot these levels, get them on your chart. But again, that's what I'm looking at here in the long term and the short term. And right now, I do not hold any trades. I was holding an Ethereum long from, I don't know, we might have talked about this on the live stream on Friday, but took a long on Ethereum down here, rode that up to our first key level of resistance, which was that value area low. I took some profits, moved my stop loss, and I am now out of that trade in profit. Actually wound up getting stopped out in profit. So, but yeah, that was really the last trade that I had that is now closed. But for right now, I am just playing this local range, waiting for the high probability setups to come in. And yeah, we'll be trading that in the Discord until we're blue in the face. Let's see. I want to be a mod, yo. Shout out to yo, Panty Hamster is crazy, bro. Bro, you can't. That definitely says Panty Hamster, right? Oh God, shout out to Hamster, bro. Panty Hamster is crazy. Oh my God. We got some of the best names in this community. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. But yeah, I want to be a crypto. Oh, never mind. Shout out to Multisig Dummy. Let's see. You can't be a mod with that name. Yo, Panty Hamster is kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. With that being said, guys, that's how I'm handling the trades right now. And yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. If something crazy happens, we will make a market update or maybe just go live if something crazy happens, even if it's a late hour of the night. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at here on Bitcoin. We will be taking a look at the altcoins. We'll keep an eye on this price action as we move forward. So right now, if we stay stuck below this POC, I will be looking for a move back down to the value area low locally. And then I will be open to looking for longs back at the zone. And again, it's a reassess the situation type thing, right? We come down there. There's no bullish confirmations. We look for the bigger drop. But right now, POC at about 91.2 or 91.3. We get stuck underneath here. We could start a little bit of a bigger move down to the golden pocket 786. Simply put. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on it as Bitcoin just kind of bores us out here a little bit. But I can almost guarantee you guys, whether it's a move to the upside or the downside, Bitcoin is not going to be boring for another 7 months. I hope. The history would not call for that. But yeah, let's go ahead and, hey, shout out to Fugazzi. Yo, shout out to Fugazzi. He says, hey, bro, new here. Could you please say something to Rizzo potential? We could try to take a look at Rizzo. Let me go ahead and mark it down here on my secret notepad. Let me see. I got a pen here. Rizzo. We could try to take a look at Rizzo. Not to be confused with Lizzo. But yeah, we'll take a look at that. And yeah, I do want to take a check in on some of these altcoins, guys. Shout out to the XRP army. Drop those XRP emojis if you have a Frankie Candles membership. Drop an X in the chat if you're in the XRP army because, guys, I think we said on Friday, somebody clip it, right? And not only on Friday, but even back here as we tap this doorway to higher prices, absolutely playing out beautifully here, guys. Screaming from the rooftops. XRP tapping that doorway to higher prices. Once we broke above here, we were looking for a big push to the upside. Going into that POC at the next target, sitting at 83 cents. We wound up getting that. We've already checked in on that. I talked about it in the altcoin update. We break that doorway to higher prices, previous value area low. We flip it to support, and we go to the POC. That is the next highest probability area for price to go. Once you hold that value area low, you look for price action to get sucked up towards that POC, a.k.a. the area where the most volume was transacting, making it that super magnet within the profile. And then, I think it was on Friday, we were kind of just hanging out above this POC. Where is it? Friday. Let's see. Bada boom. Friday at 3 p.m. Yeah, we were kind of wiggling our way down here or up here above that POC, saying if we're able to remain above this POC, that next super magnet for price is going to be that value area high sitting at $1.21, guys. Making it the next highest probability place for price to go. And not only did we get it to the POC, but also right up to the value area high. Absolutely perfectly called by the value areas, guys. Absolutely insane. Shout out to anybody who's tuned in on the live stream. I even said, somebody clip it. I didn't go back to get the clip, but hopefully somebody clipped it and they were like, he was right. The volume profiles are real. They're not magic. They actually work. And here we are, right up to the value area high. It's just what we would expect for price. Can we see that $1.20 plus XRP coming up soon? We thought it could happen, and here we are sitting at about $1.20. Shout out to anybody who's paying attention down here at about 61 cents. And this is the same theory that we use to do the same thing on Dogecoin. Do the same exact thing on Dogecoin at 16 cents, right? How do we know that Dogecoin, once we tapped on 16 cents, right, which is sitting right here, 16, 17 cents, right? That was your doorway to higher prices. And I mean, to be quite honest with you, do I not have those levels here? Where the heck are those levels? Here we go. Yeah, same thing with Dogecoin, right? It's all the same stuff, guys. You could do this with an altcoin that maybe I don't even look at, right? You could do this with your own altcoins. We knew once we tapped on that doorway to higher prices, right? Labeled here, doorway to higher prices, DWHP, right? Break above that value area low at 16 cents. We're looking for a move to the POC and then a move to the value area high. The same exact thing that we did on XRP. This happened first. XRP was doing the same thing. We even compared it to this, saying, can we see that play out on XRP? And here we are with XRP sitting at that exact target that we were looking at. And again, I don't say this to brag. I don't say this to show, look at me, I was right. I show this to show you guys that the TA does play out more often than it doesn't, and you can make a whole lot of money if you understand how to read these charts. Absolutely insane. Now, the question is, what are the next targets for XRP if we continue to the upside? And wait until we get to Solana, guys. It's not just the volume profiles. There's other things that we use as well, and you can see how well those targets work out, on top of the volume profiles. But as of right now, we got the fill of the range. Very simply put, if we start breaking out right now, the key level to get above on XRP is now going to be the $1.21 value area high. Once we get above there, you're going to kind of be in between two volume profiles, right? So is it possible to kind of come deviate above here, maybe get a little correction, right? Potential. But we have the beautiful guide of those volume profiles. You could think of these volume profiles, guys, as like your little map, right? If you have a volume profile, you have a map not only for move back to the POC and value area high to the upside, but when you're above here, this is an overvalued asset relative to the recent price action, right? And if you could find bearish confirmations, you could do this in the same way on the moves to the downside. Look to get stuck under the value area high. Next likely place for price to go would be the POC and then the value area low. Hopefully, we don't have to see that full rotation. And in a bull market, it would be likely that we don't get that next full rotation back down to the low. Rather, we would either break out and come to the next area of value, or maybe even just cool off, put in a higher low, and then continue up to higher prices. So for XRP, the levels are simple. $1.21 is the value area high. Once you break above here, like I said, you're going to be kind of stuck between volume profiles. You can kind of bing-bong around here a little bit. But once you start cracking this previous value area low, just like this was the doorway to higher prices, this is now going to be your new doorway to higher prices at about $1.60. Doorway to higher prices. What are those higher prices? Simply put, You're looking up to the POC at $1.92, almost $1.93. Flip that POC. You're looking for price to get above that POC and push up towards that value area high at 252. Now, again, I doubt, remember this, guys. We looked for this to play out for a very long time. Every time we came up to tap this level, right, we were at an opportunity of going to the POC, opportunity to go to the POC, opportunity to go to the POC, opportunity to go to the POC. Yeah, it's not just as soon as you tap it, you go, right? It's resistance until proven otherwise. But so am I expecting this to just kind of come up here and rip through? I mean, not impossible, but, you're probably going to see a lot of bing-bonging around. It's going to be a journey up to those next prices. But those are the key levels to look at, guys. I can't stress it enough. Those doorways to higher prices, absolute money machines. Not financial advice. But there you go. That's what I'd be looking at for the next move to the upside. And not only, guys, what was the other thing? It wasn't just that we had a volume profile because, like I said, this approach got us to the POC, and then we got rejected. This approach didn't even make it to the POC, didn't make it, right? But what made this time a little bit different? Well, we had a lot of things going on at this time that we did not have going on in the past, and we covered it on the live stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. You have notifications turned on, because if we don't cover this stuff in the live streams, we cover it in market updates, and we looked at all this before price moved. But we had some other things going on, right? On the 12th, or I believe maybe the 11th, last time we were kind of approaching this high here. Let's see, bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, like right here as we were tapping the door, we were potentially looking to print this green dot on the weekly, right? We started to print it, and this was not this past weekend, but the weekend before, talking about, hey, if that green dot confirms on the weekly for XRP, we could see the bigger move up. Why is that? Well, if we go to the 10-hour, we saw that money flow was also coming to the upside here. And when you have that weekly green dot with a 10-hour money flow crossover into the green, oftentimes that money flow crossover is what starts the bigger trend to the upside. I cannot say this enough. And the reason I say it, again, is not to brag that we were right. It is to show you that this stuff plays out. So weekly green dot confirmed with that 10-hour money flow crossover. That's what you're looking at to start the bigger move up. There's that there's that 10-hour money flow crossover. And what happens? Literally, from there, you get a 125% move on XRP. Right? And more immediately, you wound up getting a really nice move to the POC of 51%, like a couple of days after that live stream where we were looking at this, right? So you see the weekly green dot, you see the money flow crossover into the green, and on top of that, you're breaking the doorway to higher prices, which gives you that clear target of the POC. So you can see how there's multiple levels of confluence, multiple things pointing in that direction, and that's what makes a high probability prediction or a high probability trade. So absolutely beautiful. Those are the next targets I'm looking at to the upside for XRP. Now, we don't have another weekly green dot with the 10-hour money flow crossover, so we're not in the same exact situation here, but same kind of theory applies, right? You start breaking this value area low, that's where you look for the bigger move up. People tell me or ask me, Frankie Candles, what is your all-time high prediction for XRP? I am looking between, whoops, don't want to move that. Actually, let me go ahead and lock this. Bada boom. Let me go ahead and lock those so I don't move them. Between $5 and $14, guys. I know it's a wide range, but let's see. Between $5 and $10 is really going to be the first major all-time highs I'll be looking at on XRP. And I know a lot of people want it to go higher than that. So do I. But realistically, we have to look at the technical targets, which in my opinion, the next one to the upside, if we break the all-time high, is 528. And I can almost guarantee you, I can't guarantee you, but I can almost promise that one day, whether it's in the next couple of months or not, when we get up to these levels, we will interact with these price targets, just like we did on Bitcoin and just like we did on Solana. Frankie, what do you mean on Solana? Well, let's go ahead and jump on into Solana, guys, because, again, here we are on Solana, putting in new highs, right? Not new all-time highs, technically. But when we were looking at Solana last, which I believe, let me get the dates here, on Friday, as we consolidated down here, saying if we break, what do we have here? Area of balance. What happens if we break out of this area of balance? We are going to seek out the next area of value, right, or area of balance, which simply was being pulled from all the way up here in 2021. We extrapolated those levels to the right, and we're just looking at it as auction market theory. You bing bong around in their lower range. If you impulse out of here, you are going to seek out prior areas of balance. And where are we sitting right now? Literally days later, we get the impulse, and where is price sitting? Right up here in these targets. Now, not only were we looking at the volume profile, but we looked at two major targets, specifically these golden Fibonacci extension levels. 231, next major target to the upside. If you flip that to support, That's where we're looking for the next target, sitting here at the POC of the range at 241. And if we were lucky enough, which we were, we could have made a run for that value area high at 249, and we did that. Right? So right now, the local levels on Solana, like target number 1 slapped, target number 2 slapped, just like on XRP, using these same exact techniques, except also adding in some Fibonacci extension sauce into this as well. But there's those targets, right? Like, it's not magic, right? I always say that. It's not magic. It's not that I have this, now, obviously I know how to do the analysis, but this is not something you can't learn, right? You can learn this and find these targets on your own as well. And there we are, right? Both targets slapped. Value area high just barely got front ran. But as of right now, this is our new area of balance. We may start to kind of wiggle around here in this area of balance with your value area low sitting at 229, which was part of the first target, POC sitting at 242, second target, and then the value area high, which was technically the third target, but I didn't know if we were going to make it up there or not. But hey, we wound up going up and tapping it at the value area high at 249 almost. Just kind of front ran it, but we did it at 249, which is nice. So this is the local range that I would be looking at on Solana. And in general, I mean, if we continue up after this, guys, Solana may be able to get a bigger run here. Might be able to, come up here and start cracking highs, looking at about 290 as the next major Fibonacci extension level. Right? Technically, we have these local levels here between 257 and 265, so that would be kind of the next range to the upside. I'll just mark this out in case this thing decides to go. We could tune in on tomorrow's live stream and be like, oh, hey, that target got hit. But yeah, that would be the next target to the upside. Flip that. I'm looking up towards about 290 for Solana if we're able to continue to the upside. Now, does this mean that we're not going to get any pullbacks? Absolutely not. We could easily see pullbacks. But again, with these pullbacks, you don't want to give them too much attention here because not impossible to just keep running up. But yeah, locally, hold this value area low at 229. That's going to be kind of the key level you want to hold for a continuation up. You start losing this, pretty simple target to the downside. We start losing this, coming back down to this value area high. Maybe you want to retest that as support. And then you have the guide to the downside. If you get accepted back into this range, could potentially be looking towards the POC and the value area low at $208. Like, these are the local levels for Solana. And, if I were to pull from this impulse to the high here, yeah, I don't know if you're going to come down and test this value area high again, but if you did, it's a nice 786 retracement. But yeah, those are the local levels. Kind of hard. Kind of let the dust settle here after that big pop to the upside. Absolutely. What is it? Absolutely what we're going to be looking at here. I just came over to chat. Let's see. Solana 292% this year. Let's go. Shout out to Mike E20, baby. Let's get it. Chat kind of wild tonight. Yeah, I don't know. We got the panty hamster in the chat, and people just go absolutely ballistic. Shout out to the panty hamster. I don't know what exactly that means or what a panty hamster would do. But I mean, hey, shout out to the crazy YouTube profile names out there. Thoughts on optimism? We could probably take a look at OP tonight. No problemo. But yeah, XRP, Solana coming up to those next targets. We'll see if we can get those continuations up. Coming on over to the daily for Solana. I mean, we did just confirm that daily green dot yesterday. Did we get the 90-minute money flow crossover? A little bit wonky there. But yeah, I mean, 4-hour money flow kind of flat, 8-hour red dot printing. So yeah, not impossible to see any some kind of cool offs here. But those are the key levels. I am not getting greedy with the shorts here, to be quite honest. Sui, let's go. Shout out to Sui. Yo, shout out to DNB Smurf. Says he thinks he sees a short squeeze building on Bitcoin. And shout out to DNB Smurf. If you're using Coinalyze to spot that short squeeze, it is very similar to what I am looking at on Bitcoin. Maybe, let me see if I can actually pull this up. Potential, it is not the most, it is not as clean as what I've seen in the past build on Bitcoin, but shout out to DMB Smurf. I will just take a look at this just because you brought it up. And basically what we are seeing here, guys, is what I'm looking at here is the spot CVD, which you guys can't see because my cursor is behind me. But we have the spot CVD down here showing people buying and selling on spot. And then we have the futures stablecoin margin contracts up here showing the futures traders, right? And when you see something like this, this is very textbook. This is what we looked at on many, many different things. We were able to spot a short squeeze on Polkadot here in the premium Discord a while ago, right? Or not a while ago, but a little while ago, right? Where you have trend to the upside on positive spot delta, right? Which means that people are buying and holding on spot. And you can say, and then you have your futures traders absolutely shorting the heck out of this thing on the way up. What does this tell us? It simply tells us that this uptrend is likely caused by people buying and holding spot dot, right? And if you see the futures traders that are shorting into the uptrend, this is letting us know all the degens are just shorting dot basically at the bottom at 446, right? And then by looking at that, we can say, well, hey, if these degens keep shorting at the bottom on dot and people are just buying dot and that is what is causing this uptrend, eventually this uptrend is going to keep squeezing up until these shorts get wrecked. And when those shorts get wrecked, we're going to see what they call a short squeeze. Not just a random pump in the market, but an actual short squeeze, right? And if we pull up dot, 446 is literally where we were looking at that. There's that uptrend I just looked at in the Discord with you guys, right? Getting that trend to the upside, right? Trend to the upside, 446. 446, right? And what happens? The spot CBD continues up. We push price to the upside. And what happens once those shorts get wrecked? Absolute rip to the upside, spotted beforehand in the premium Discord. And that short squeeze absolutely ripped us to higher prices. And now DOT is living within its upper volume profile here, which could potentially lead us to the POC at 639 up to the value area high at about 793, right? So in that same manner, right, in that kind of same way, we see Bitcoin in an uptrend here, right? We have people shorting the heck out of Bitcoin here into an uptrend. And this is where it gets a little sticky. This is not very clean, right? And when you're looking at CVD, guys, I have a video to show you guys how to do this on the channel, a free tutorial. Shout out to the mods. If you guys can drop that link, if you guys have it, if you could drop it in the live chat, I would greatly appreciate that. Shout out the French Toaster says sauce deployed. But yeah, you know, when you're looking at CVD like this, guys, I generally like to just look at the overall direction. I don't pay attention to the actual metrics here, but you could just see overall more people are shorting than longing, right? And then spot CVD, if this is coming up, it's showing you more people are buying than selling, and vice versa, right? And technically, you know, depending on how you draw this line, this does look like you could potentially have some kind of a short squeeze building. And that's on top of the fact that if you just, and now you just look at this, right? Like, this is pretty much, like, if you looked at that, this is the 4 hour. I mean, this is kind of like a bullish consolidation pattern. Now, again, I don't trade solely based off patterns, but for the most part, I used to, right? And it's not that you can't trade based off patterns. I say this all the time. You can trade patterns, but, you know, not all patterns are created equal. But in this case, where you have a technically an ascending triangle, right? I guess depending on how you draw it, this would kind of be an ascending triangle where you have a flat top level of resistance, right, with your trend to the upside, right? Higher lows into a flat top of resistance. Once this breaks, that is typically, you see those ascending triangles break to the upside, right? Now, with that being said, if we're looking at this, saying that a lot of people are shorting here based off the CVD, this could tell us that there's a lot of liquidity sitting above here, which we already looked at on Bitcoin, that we already know, looking at the liquidation levels yet on Friday's live stream, we know there's liquidity sitting above here. So we could see that ascending triangle break to the upside and give us that push up. And you don't want to fight the bull. I mean, in a bull market, you would want to favor those bullish patterns, right? So there are potential things showing us here that you may be able to get some kind of a short squeeze to the upside. Will it play out? Shout out to DMB Smurf. I'm sure this is very similar to what you're looking at if you've learned any of this from me, because I spotted this on the chart, and I was going to talk about it. I just completely slipped my mind, but we had CoinAlyze open to show this exact thing. Let's see. Bada boom. Yeah, so keep an eye on that, guys. Keep an eye on that. Just trying to figure out what's going to happen here. But yeah, you know, patterns are good if you understand how to view the liquidity in the market as well. They're just much more useful if you understand the liquidity concepts on top of just the patterns, right? It's not just a magic pattern, but, you know, we're in a bull market. Bullish patterns are going to be favored. You have potential tons of liquidity sitting above. You have people shorting into the uptrend, and you have, I would like to see this a little bit more cleanly coming to the upside, right? You can see here on Polkadot, it was very clear that spot CVD was coming up and very clear that your futures contract CVD was coming down. So this is much more clear in my opinion, but it does look like you could be having the start of the short squeeze building here, potentially. So we'll see. Are we going to squeeze out? And if we squeeze out of there, guys, and we do not get an SFP, we do not get any bearish confirmations above that high, right? If we do not come up here and just get a fake out of this current high and a correction down, that squeeze could be the thing that brings us up to these higher targets between 96, 97, and almost 98K, and then potentially next big targets at about 100K. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Short squeeze, baby. Somebody pray for a short squeeze. Somebody call up Satoshi. Somebody get Golden on the line. Tell him to squeeze this thing to the upside. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on. What the heck is going on? Jasmine is a sexy scam? Sure. Let's see. Short squeeze, baby. Squeeze that thing. Tia rippin'. Hey, shout out to anybody who's holding Tia. Like we said, as we've been talking about on the live stream, and to be honest, I don't even think you missed the boat here, in my opinion. And I actually want to cover Tia as well because we are starting to see some things pop up here. Now, number one of the big things we've been covering on Tia, like I said, this has been an accumulation range for me to pick up Tia. Does that mean we're guaranteed going to rip? No. Does it mean we can't pull back? No. We can pull back. I will buy more. But accumulation range, 2024 lows, 2024 and 2023 highs. This is your upper value area. This is your lower value area. When you impulse out of this lower value area, you are very likely to get attracted to your previous area of balance, which is sitting up here. Value area low sitting at 885. You break that value area low, you're looking for a push up to the POC at 1282. Flip that POC, you're looking up towards that $16 TIA, right, to revisit that value area high. No one wants to buy TIA when it's down here. They all are going to want to buy it when it starts ripping. So you heard it here first, baby. We've been looking at this for quite some time, and on top of that, we have a weekly green dot now printing on TIA. Does this put us in a potential situation similar to XRP? Back to XRP, we had that weekly green dot, which in hindsight looks like that was the thing that started the uptrend, but more specifically, it was that weekly green dot printing. But the thing that really started the move to the upside was that 10-hour money flow crossover. So can we look for that same thing on TIA? Let's look. You have the weekly green dot printing right here, fresh and printing. 10-hour money flow looking to cross over into the green. Could this be the breakout for TIA, the big move for TIA? Well, I don't know. But it does look like this was a setup that we saw on a ton of other altcoins that already ripped. That wound up seeing that play out completely. We didn't have that green dot on TIA when we had it on XRP, when we had it on all the other altcoins that ripped. Now we're finally starting to get that, and your 10-hour money flow is potentially in agreement with that, coming to the upside, looking to cross over that zero line into the green for a potential continuation up. I'm gonna leave that there. Shout out to the Mafia. We'll see what happens. I don't want anyone to think just because these things play out like to a T more often than not, it does not guarantee it, right? It does not guarantee yet, right? It does not guarantee that TIA will definitely do the same thing. Like, yeah, you have to make your own financial decisions out there. But for me, this is how I'm playing TIA. It's how I played XRP. It's how I played Dogecoin. It's how I played a lot of these altcoins. Are we about to see TIA fill an upper value area? Now, again, this is not its upper value area. It's just this lower value area. Once we break up here, that's going to be filling the upper value area. But from here, right, value, that's 182% to the value area high. And then, who knows? Price discovery, who knows where this thing can go. So it's kind of like if that 10-hour money flow is going to give us the big move up like these other coins, final warning on TIA. Final warning. So there we go. I would love for this thing to just bing bong around down here so I could buy more. But we'll see what happens. Got $200 in TIA. Looking forward to making $600. Shout out to Lars. We'll see what happens, bro. We'll see. It doesn't look too bad. Now taking a look at the daily as well. Right? Daily, actually not really much to take away from here. Money flow kind of bing-bonging around. We're really at that time in the market, guys, where things can get choppy here on money flow. 8-hour money flow looking to cross over into the green. Let's check the 12-hour. Looking for fresh, higher time frame green dots here. Yeah, like even your 2-day green dot printing. Let's check that. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens here. I have been picking up TIA. I might even buy a little more TIA today. But there we go. That's what I'm looking at on TIA. That signal, somebody clip it. Weekly green dot, 10-hour money flow crossover on TIA. Could be the move up. Not a guarantee, but it could be, just like on Dogecoin and XRP and many other altcoins. Let's see. You the man. Shout out to Div X-Ray. Said I just bought to you. Let's go. You the man, bro. Shout out to Div X-Ray. Let's get it, bro. Let's get it. Hit that like button if you have not already. Shout out to Jesse. Guys, 1,000 likes is the like goal for tonight. We don't know what we're going to give away, but it's going to be something good. We should probably figure something out so we can make people smash that like button. Let's see. All right, so let's continue on. We took a look at Tia. Now, just to remind you guys here, another thing that's in a similar situation here, speak of the devil, Polkadot. Polkadot's still hovering around down here in its local range. Same thing, right? To its macro value area high, looking at a 500% move, right? Now, is this as beautiful as Tia? I will say this. You have a weekly money flow crossover into the green on dot, but Tia's too young to have a weekly money flow crossover, but you don't have the fresh green dot here on dot, but you do dot. You do have the weekly money flow crossover, which is also nice, guys. The weekly money flow crossovers are a huge signal to look at, right? Just like on Bitcoin, just like on a lot of the altcoins. Let me see if I can try to find maybe something like an older coin like Chainlink, right? Those green money flow crossovers on the weekly oftentimes give you the bigger moves to the upside. Weekly money flow crossover, big move up, and potentially a signal of that, bigger move up if we continue up here, right? If we take a look at something like maybe Cardano, right? Cardano, weekly money flow crossover technically happened back here, but really wound up crossing over right here. Massive move to the upside. Weekly money flow crossover, got a little move up, but then we came back down, but now you're just cooking again, right? Weekly money flow crossover again on ADA here. And the same thing on Bitcoin, right? One of those big things that we looked at to accumulate in the bear market, if you watch this channel, was the money flow crossover into the red on Bitcoin. Money flow crossover into the red, big washout. That's where I started accumulating, and that is where I started accumulating, right? Weekly money flow crossover into the green is typically where you see the bigger move up. Crossover into the green, bigger move up. So it's nice to see Polkadot getting that crossover into the green, as well as just being so undervalued down here, still near its bear market lows. We've been talking about these a lot recently. So there you go. All right, let's see. Shout out to Marky Mark. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you so much. He says, VeChain, USDT, make or break, Frankie. Let's see. Let's check out VeChain real quick. I don't have any black coffee tonight, guys. I don't have any black coffee. I only have Andromeda Bound Alien Scam Water, guys, is the drink for tonight. Unfortunately, this is not a very energizing drink, but it is water. I don't know if you guys can see the hydrogen bubbles in there. It's the latest health scam alive. If you blow bubbles into your water, it will make you more healthy. I'm just kidding. I don't know anything about hydrogen water, but apparently it's supposed to be good for you. I like to write it off as a scam. But hey, it looks cool, right? It looks cool. Bada boom, bada bing. Scam water, baby. Let's go. But yeah, let's take a look at VeChain here real quick while I'll take a sip of this water. All right, let's take a look here. VeChain in a similar situation, right? Some of these no one wants to buy VeChain down here. Everyone wants to buy VeChain up here. Remember that. Same thing with Tia, same thing with DOT. So if we go ahead and grab this range, here we are, accumulation range. Here's your larger range. Let me just do something here real quick, guys. Let me drag this off the screen. It is glitching out like crazy. So here we go, right? There's your upper range. VeChain, the official blockchain of the UFC. I don't know if they sponsor the UFC anymore. Does anybody know? Let me know. But here we are. Boom, boom, whoops. Got your value area low, your POC, and your value area high sitting all the way up here. But just to give a little bit of context here on what is going on with VeChain, accumulation range, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong. Break out of here. Once you imbalance out of this range, guys, it is more likely than not that you will get sucked into the previous area of value, sitting between 5 and 14 cents. Could be it. Could be it. Let me just pull up OBS here so I can still see what I'm doing. So yeah, could be the move. Could be the move here. Let's check that weekly green dot confirmed. It's been confirmed for a little while. Taking a look at that 10-hour money flow, you can again see that 10-hour money flow giving you the signal for a potential continuation up. Daily money flow crossover into the green. 2-day money flow looking to cross over into the green as well. So yeah, these are the levels, right? Value area high, key resistance at about 0.03245. That's your lower range. POC sitting here 0.02289. Value area low sitting at 0.01792. Break out of here. Looking for really the macro target at about 5 cents. Flip that to support. Could start getting really, really fun for VeChain. Now, you do have these local levels up here as well, right? You're going to have those intermediary levels of resistance. But, in the long term, that's what I'd be looking at here on VeChain. Not low time frame, but more high time frame stuff. Not looking too shabby. Assuming that, some black swan event doesn't happen and the bull market doesn't get canceled, which I don't think is going to happen. Let's see. Shout out to Mike. He said Frankie on 0.5x speed is hilarious. He said so funny, but I just replaced it with hilarious. Shout out to Mikey. Yeah, I'm sure it is. It probably just sounds like a normal person talking at normal speed. But let's continue on here. Batu, hopefully I said that right. Shout out to you, bro. Said, please share your thoughts on Sui. Long to 4 hours, short to support level. Advice on both levels. Where to aim. Sui. Shout out to Batu. I'm not 100% sure if I got that. I understand that in full. I can take a look at Sui. I'll give you my thoughts here. I'll give you the levels I'd be looking at on Sui. We can take a look at that right now. Jasmine, shout out to Itch. Appreciate that super chat, bro. We will take a look at Jasmine as well. Friendly reminder that super chats do not guarantee that we will see the coin you request. Obviously, the super chats are easier to see as they stand out, but it does not guarantee. If we guarantee that we look at all the super chat coins, unfortunately, we'd be here. Well, not unfortunately. Unfortunately, we'd be here for 24 hours, but I just don't want anyone spending money on super chats thinking it's guaranteed. So just keep that in mind. We do pay attention to the free chats as well for altcoins. So, but let's see. That's what I'd be looking at on VeChain. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at let's see. Hey, shout out to Mad Ads. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said, very curious about Band. It looks so bottomed out. Love the premium chat, by the way. The Mafia rocks in there. Let's go. Shout out to Mad Ads. Let's go, bro. I appreciate you. Guys, if you want to sign up for the premium Discord, it is not a signals group. As I always say, I have to be a disclaimer. It's not a signals group. I will not tell you exactly where to buy and sell, but there is tons of sauce in there. We give you the predetermined trade setups with the confirmations I look at to take my trades, and we kind of hold your hand through the price action. But if you guys want to check that out, link in the description down below, or go to frankcandlestrading.com. We could take a look at Band for Mad Ads. No problemo. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, we also accept crypto as payments now, which is a new feature. But yeah, just want to let you guys know, like, it's never, we give the trade setups, right? Even here, looking for the short squeeze at 446 for DOT before you get the big move up. And, now we're sitting up here in this range. Right? Like, so it's just not like I'm never going to ping you guys in the chat and be like, buy now, sell now. That's not how it works. If it was that easy, right, I would not be a trader. I would just go to the best trading Discord or wherever that is, and I would just set up a bot to take those signals, and I'd be a bazillionaire. It's not how it works. I teach you how to actually read the charts, and then I show you with my actual trade setups what I am actually looking for on price, right? Like if this, then that situations. If price comes up here and we get these exact confirmations, which I explain in the chat or in the actual post, this is where I'm looking to take a short. This is where I'm looking to take it down to for these reasons, but it is not. I show you the setup before price even gets there. We sit on our hands, wait for price to hit that trap. We look for the confirmations, and when the fish take that bait, that's where we take the trade. We absolutely been crushing the charts. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, hop on in. Link in the description down below. And if you guys want to get a little bit of a free trial to the premium, come on into the free Discord, come to the dining room, click unlock access, and you can get free access to one premium TA post per week. We do this every day in the premium, but you can get one premium post per week that we share in this freemium section, so you can kind of get an idea of what we look at and what we do in the premium before you actually shell out the money. So you guys can check that out as well. But let's go ahead and jump on into Jasmine, Sui, and Band. Let's go ahead and take a look here. All right, let's see. Marky Mark hates Sui. So funny. Someone thought I was the creator of Sui, which is hilarious. I did one video about Sui, and people were like, he's the creator. Not the creator of Sui, for public record. Pretty funny that people think that, though. But Sui, let me actually pull up the live stream chart here, because I think we do. Sweep. All right, here we are. And there we go, guys. Sui with the breakout. As you guys know, here on Sui, we looked for the eventual break of this all-time high for our first target to be sitting between 258 and 289. Did we even stop at these targets? Kinda. You kind of interacted with these two upper targets. Smash right through it, right up to the second target, and now we're just breaking above that second target. So that is not too shabby. So 324, that upper target has been broken, guys. The next area to the upside I'd be looking at for SUI would be between 436 and 496. Two major levels I would be looking at. If it continues up, those are the two targets I would watch. Came up and smashed target 1, smashed target 2. Nothing to do here but just sit and let this thing rip. Target number 3, 438. Target number 4, or I guess, yeah, target number 4, 498. Those are the next targets to the upside. Now, if we take a look at the 10-hour money flow, what caused that bigger trend up? Money flow crossover on the 10-hour. It's a nice sign here on the altcoins, like even this one. 10-hour money flow crossover, big old trend to the upside. Not too shabby. But looking locally on SUI, guys, to be quite honest with you, it's kind of hard. I could even hide some of these upper targets because they're already hit. I'll actually just hide the extension, and I'll hide these as well. So, yeah, like technically your next target to the upside, come on, would be right here. Target number 1, or, target number 4 technically, but the next target, come on, target, we'll just name new target number 1 and new target number 2. Got to be sitting right here. Those are the next targets to the upside on SUI, in my opinion, if we continue up. Now, to be honest, it's kind of hard to get legitimate levels here. It's like similar to when Bitcoin was just grinding to the upside. It's kind of hard to pull these. You have value here, and you have new value locally here. You're building value to the upside. This is bullish. Higher highs and higher lows. Definitely bullish. So these are I would be looking for potential new targets to get hit. Now, does that mean you can't cool off? Not necessarily. You could easily cool off here, but see 2-day red dot looking to print, potential 2-day bearish divergence. Now, again, you're going to be taking that with a little bit more of a grain of salt in a bull market. But, yeah, that next 2-day red dot is probably your next chance to look for some significant pullback to potentially find an entry on SUI before ripping up. So, yeah, I actually do own SUI. I don't have my phone. I was going to find the my entry price on SUI. Pretty good entry on SUI here, much lower. But, yeah, we'll see if we can come up and hit these targets. But, yeah, those are the next targets to the upside for SUI. And then, yeah, like just be careful of like some, 4-hour VWAP looking around back to the upside. See what that 4-hour green dot gives us. Can it push us up to these next targets? Potentially. We'll have to see what happens. But, yeah, kind of hard to get like local levels here as things are just kind of grinding up. So I would just kind of let this dust settle. If you get the push up, those are the next targets. If you get a pullback, I guess you could potentially look at this kind of lower range of value. If you get a little pullback, look to come back into this lower range. And, yeah, I don't even think we're going to get any, like, confluence here on that. Yeah, you can look at this. These would be, like, significant levels I would watch if you get a pullback and you continue the trend to the upside. You could come back to play with these levels. But, yeah, not something I would necessarily trade. Like, I'm not looking to fade this down to this value area. It's a very common thing that I do, but for this specific situation, I would not be looking to do that. I'd be sitting on my hands for higher targets to get hit, even if we pull back. So there you go. Woohoo! SUI ripping, baby. All right, let's see. Shout out to Jesse, said, LOL, I've got to go to sleep. I won't yet because I like the stream. Shout out to Jesse. Let's go, bro. It's okay. You can rewatch the rest in the morning, bro. You can rewatch the rest in the morning. But we appreciate you giving up sleep to be here in the Frank Candles live stream. Let's go. Shout out to RH. Said, please explain money flow, Frankie. Shout out to RH. In simple terms, the way I interpret money flow, it's basically what it's doing is showing you money entering and exiting the asset. The way that translates to the charts, if you're looking at something like SUI, if I just hide the TA here and you look at your money flow, on a higher time frame, this is all going to be like contingent, I guess, or it's all going to be reliant on the time frame that you're looking at. But regardless of whatever time frame you're looking at money flow crossovers into the green or the red as indicating the overall trend. So when you see money flow crossing into the green, this is letting you know that the trend is likely to continue to the upside in the context of the time frame that you're looking at. That's why when I say when you see a 10-hour or a daily or a 2-day money flow crossover into the green, it's potentially very bullish because those are high time frames. And when those 2-day money flow crossovers happen, they typically wind up hanging around for a while and giving massive trends to the upside. In this case, 296% on SUI. Right? And then when the money flow crosses over into the red, you're looking for a continuation to the downside or a continuation of the trend to the downside, right? This is one of the hardest parts of my job is helping people understand the ebbs and flows in the market and the overall trends, right? The red and green dots on Market Cipher indicate the ebbs and flows. The little moves up, the little moves down. The little moves up, the little moves down. The little moves up, the little moves down. But the money flow indicates the overall trend. So when money flow is in the green on the 2-day and I see a pullback, I might look to take a short on a lower time frame for a little scalp to the downside. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm thinking, hey, you better keep that short a little bit conservative because on the higher time frames, we're looking to continue putting in higher lows and continuing the bigger trend to the upside. So I might take a little scalp short here, but I might load up on a long, a much bigger long, because I know the trend is more likely or higher probability is that the trend will continue to the upside. So you're going to be in a situation where you have high time frame money flow like the 2-day in the green. You're going to be conservative with the shorts. Not that you can't take them. We take them all the time in the Discord. Short-term shorts, right? Like low-risk shorts. We're looking to hold it on a lower time frame, jump in, cash out, jump out, and then if we find a long position in a bull market, we're loading up a little bit more on that, right? We're maybe making a bigger position, right? Maybe just looking to hold it to let that winner run because we know the overall trend is to the upside, and we're likely to get that run continuation of the trend to the upside. So yeah. Like for Bitcoin, we use this as an amazing way to accumulate, like I said earlier today. Weekly money flow crossover into the red, bottom of the bear market. This is what we talked about all the way back here when we were coming into the bear market saying, hey guys, wait for that weekly money flow crossover because every time you get a weekly money flow crossover into the red on Bitcoin, it's been the bottom, and that's where you want to buy for the next bull market. Even back here, red money flow crossover, bottom of the bear market, big move up, right? So we did the same thing in the current cycle saying, hey, if we get that money flow crossover on the weekly, that's typically the bottom of the bear market for the next big move up. And that's what we did, right? And on a weekly, you're going to get much less money flow crossovers, right? It's going to be less noisy, right? The higher up in the time frames you go, the less noisy it is. So that's why the high time frame money flow crossovers are huge. And it indicates the trend. The red and green dots indicate the ebbs and flows. And we could short and long the ebbs and flows, right? Green dot, red dot, 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 green dot, red dot. But overall, money flow crosses into the green, you expect the trend to continue up. And then there's a bunch of red and green dots within that trend, if that makes sense. So there you go. If you guys want to check out Market Cypher, you can check the link in the description down below, or I don't even think you need to use the link because this is a paid indicator. But if you want to save on Market Cypher, you can use my discount code. I believe it is MCFrank20. You guys can check that out if you want to save some money on Market Cypher. So there you go. Let's see. Shout out to Soulless Barber said, have you ever made a step-by-step video on jumping in and jumping out processes? Shout out to Soulless Barber. The entire YouTube channel is basically a free beginner's trading course. We have tutorials on everything that I talk about here, guys. If you have a question about how money flow works, check the beginner series. We just made a beginner series playlist where not only I made new videos for beginner stuff for new people who are coming into the Mafia, but I'm also taking other tutorials that we've made. Market Cypher Masterclass, I believe, is in there already. So if you want to understand how Market Cypher works, check the beginner series. The videos are there. Put in the time, watch the videos, study, pay attention, and practice, right? All the information is here for free, at least from a beginner standpoint. All that stuff is in there in the beginner series. So go ahead and check that out. All your questions will be answered. Volume profiles, Fibonacci's, Market Cypher, all the stuff, all the basic questions or the intro questions that you guys have are very likely answered in those videos. So definitely check those out. And it's all for free, obviously. Let's see. Shout out to Richard says, Frankie, you're amazing. My word, your channel is the best out there for education and live updates on the market. Shout out to Richard. I appreciate you so much, bro. We work tirelessly. Not just me. The mods, Tony D, Mrs. Candles, she sticks around and sacrifices all her time with me for the Mafia, and she's happy to do it. She loves you guys just as much as I do. So I appreciate that, bro. We work extremely hard, day in and day out, to get this to you. So I'm happy that you're finding value, bro. It's snowing here. Oh, my God. No, not the snow. Not the snow. La, 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 la. I don't want snow. But anyway, let's continue on, guys. Shout out to G says, hello, Frankie. Sorry if you already talked about this, but what are your overall XRP price predictions? And when do you think the push will happen? Shout out to G. We actually did just cover this exactly. Between $5 and $14 is like the big range I would look at. Next major target of an all-time high is around like $5. So yeah, there you go. But you could scrub back till you see XRP. I talk about all those price predictions, but generally in the bull market between $5 and $14. When we get to $5, I reassess. If it looks bullish, I'll hold for higher prices, or maybe take a little bit off the table and then hold for higher prices. But yeah, I will say this: I'm not expecting a $10,000 XRP, at least not now. until something, I don't know. I'm not one of those people looking for $150 XRP. I don't like to say anything is impossible, but yeah, like if you just do the market cap calculations on that, it's crazy. Not saying it's like impossible ever, but yeah, there's some people out there saying that XRP is going to go to $10,000 like this cycle. And like I always think I'm making that up, and then I see someone else, mostly on like TikTok and Instagram, they're like XRP to 10K by Christmas, and I'm like, what, dude? You have to understand how the market moves, how market cap works. It's not as easy as just being super bullish and hoping for a high price. So yeah, but yeah, between $10 and $14 would be a massive rip for XRP. So we'll see. Come on, baby. 589. Actually, let me pull that up real quick because I know the target here, that next all-time high, 1028, is technically, or I'm sorry, 528, 851, 1158, and then 1481. And then what is this? Target 4 doesn't have a level, which is interesting. So yeah, those are kind of my alt. But this does not mean that I buy XRP. Well, I already bought XRP a long time ago. But this does not mean I'm holding my XRP until we hit $15.40. Or 60, you know, I'm not holding in here and only selling here. Right? We get the $5. If it looks like I want to take some profit off the table, I'm going to take heavy profits. Right? It's an if this then that statement. It's very important. If this is your first cycle in crypto, guys, you do not want to try to time the top. Going into crypto with the mindset of making as much money as possible is a given, right? We all want to make as much money as possible, but you cannot trade like that. And when I say trade, I just mean like investing. If you invest like that, you're going to see your, say, $100 turn into $500, right? For just bear with me here, just random math. $500, and then you're going to say, oh my God, this is going to turn into $1,000, right? And then God forbid it actually happens and you turn that into $1,000. That's really dangerous because now you're thinking like, this is never going to stop. I'm not selling. And then eventually you're going to get a pullback and you're going to be like, oh, it's okay. It'll keep going up. Oh, see, I was right. Oh, wait, hang on. Maybe I wasn't. Oh, wait, hang on. Now, all right, wait, now I'm not even up 500. Oh, God. Well, I'll just wait for a bounce. Oh, now it's bouncing. I'm definitely holding now. I'm not going to sell. And then meanwhile, that was your last time to sell before you get the big drop down, right? And then you wind up making no money. And again, I'm not saying that we're going to top out here. I'm just saying, like, you don't want to hold on. It's very dangerous to approach crypto. You obviously want to make as much money as possible. That's a given, like I said. But you don't want to trade like that. You have to take money off the table. You have to realize the profits, or you're going to hold it back down to the bear market. And trust me, I think that this is a lot of people's second cycle. I think a lot of people got in like 2021, 2020. But I know it's a lot of people's first cycles too. So if it's your first cycle, just understand the probability of you holding your crypto all the way to the top and then holding it all the way back down to the bottom is very high. Most people do this in their first cycle. I've never done it with all my holdings, but I've done it with coins, right? I've held held all the way to the top and then held all the way to the bottom before. You do not want to go through that. You have to take profits off the table, even if it's not the $1 billion that you want to make. You have to be realistic, or just trust me. Just trust me, please, for the love of God. Shout out to Emilio Italiano. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you so much. He said, how you doing, Frankie, my guy? How you doing, my guy, Frankie? Can you check out Chainlink for me? Yes, we took a look at Sui. I'm going to take a look at Jasmine. We could try to take a look at Link. Shout out to Emilio. I will try my best to get to Link. We may run out of time. We do have some on the list here that we have to get through, but I will try to get Link in there as best as I can. Let's take a look at Jasmine. I think Mrs. Candles is cooking something. But yeah, Jasmine. Let's take a look here. I think I must have a I think I have a Jasmine chart. Let's see, Coinbase. All right, so on Jasmine, kind of. All right, well, hey. Come on, Jasmine, what are you doing? I don't know if the last time we took a look at Jasmine, if it was back here or after we tapped this for a second time. Jasmine remains the same. Doorway to higher prices, 0.02443. Break above this, there's not much above you, holding you back from getting a move to your value area low at 0.02759. Flip that to support. You're looking up towards the POC at about 0.02914. Flip that. You're looking up towards about 0.03166. Now, this doesn't mean that we're just guaranteed to go up there right now, right? Obviously, there's going to be low time frame noise, right? So we're tapping on this value area high. This is key resistance, right? If we get stuck under here, as you know, deviate above the high, get stuck back into your range. Your next likely place for price to go is the POC, and then potentially the value area low. We didn't make it all the way down there this time, but then we wound up going back to the high, back to the POC, back to the high, went for the POC again, and now we're kind of just stuck, between this POC and this value area high, which could also be looked at as its own little mini range, right? Something like this. Actually, if you pull it like this, probably gives you a little bit of a cleaner range. But locally, this is how I would look at Jasmy. But I know a lot of people are just looking to buy altcoins and hold them. So we can look for low time frame trades when they're there. But like right now, the thing that I would have to be, and this is kind of why I'm sitting on my hands with Bitcoin right now, guys, because like right now I am I'm like a slave to either looking for shorts, right, which obviously we want to be very careful with right now. We're a slave to looking for local shorts or just waiting for a move down to look for the next long. So because I'm not being super aggressive with shorts right now, like that's why I'm not in a position, right? And contrary to popular belief, I am not in a position 100% of the time. I know it seems like that, but yeah, like I'm kind of a slave to like look for shorts up here for a move back down to the value area low, and then if I'm not in a short from up here, because again, I'm not trying to force shorts right now, I just have to kind of sit on my hands and wait for a key level to get hit and a confirmation for a trade. Very simply put, that's kind of the situation that we're in. And it's the same thing with the altcoins, right? Especially with the alts as they, can I look for a short up here at the value area high? Yes. Is that really what I want to do? Not necessarily. I'd rather just wait for long opportunities. But in general, as far as a buy and hold situation, doorway to higher prices, 0.02438. You break that, not a lot holding you back to getting back up into this older area of value, leading you up to about that 3-cent zone, pulling up that fixed range volume profile. Bada boom, right? You can see your volume fall off happens right about at these highs. Once you get above that, you're probably going to fly through that low volume gap and get attracted to what? You're going to get attracted to that high volume node. These high volume nodes act as magnets for price. That's why you see price stick to them so much, right? So there you go. You break out of here, could fill that low volume gap into the value area low, POC, value area high. That's what I'd be looking at. And I know it seems like, Frankie, can it be that easy? Frankie, is it even possible that the volume profiles work that well? And all I can say is you only have to go far as looking up towards XRP, looking at Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin, let's get it, baby. But yeah, looking at things like XRP, looking at things like Dogecoin, just absolutely filling these volume profiles. It's very, very similar. All these setups are very similar. Now, obviously, Dogecoin has already come down, retested the range, put in a higher low, and broken the structure to the upside. That's what you'd expect on a high time frame as far as market structure goes, right? Even if I were to hide all this TA, just in general, right? Let me see. Let me pull up the Lux Algo indicators here, right? Looking at the weekly, change of character. You're looking at a potential change in market structure here. You get the change in character. Your candlesticks turn green. Shout out to Lux Algo. They are a sponsor of the channel. I appreciate them for sponsoring the channel. If you guys want to check them out, link in the description down below. But let me just spit this sauce. Change of character on the daily. And again, I know you could look at this through volume profiles, and I know it can get sometimes confusing, especially if you're new to TA, looking at things like market structure, looking at things like volume profiles, Fibonacci's. It's so overwhelming, which is why I made that beginner series for you guys. But simply put, if you're not looking at volume profiles, not looking at fib levels, what are you looking at here? Or just not looking at volume profiles or any other indicator, you could just look at simple market structure. And this is why I like Lux Algo, because this is sure an indicator pointing things out for you, but this is just teaching you market structure. But you get that change of character, letting you know this bullish change of character is saying, hey, you could be changing to a bullish trend. At that point, your candlesticks turn green, right? Or I guess blue in this case. And at this point, you're looking for this is what's making you say, hey, I'm going to start looking at the market through the lens of favoring long positions. Because when you have a high time frame market structure change of character like this is when you're saying, hey, this could be changing a macro trend, especially with the timing of the cycle and everything. Like back here, it could have been a little suspicious, which you could see, change of character, and then you come back down, right? But, with where we are in the cycle at this point, you get the change of character, your candlesticks turn green, you're looking for higher lows, and then breaks the structure to the upside. Higher lows, breaks the structure to the upside. Higher lows, breaks the structure to the upside. This is how you're going to favor that long-term trend to the upside. Now, we have a lot of coins that have not done this yet. We have some coins that are still down here. And then a lot of coins have done this, and there are some coins that are kind of just hanging out like right here, right? They've gotten their retest, and they could be on their way to make the next big move up. Now, when you're looking for those higher lows, like even in this case, right, you have you come back for a big retracement. You're still looking at this in terms of lackluster pullbacks. Even though this is big, it's still technically lackluster in the context of the trend. You're looking for higher lows to come in on the macro. And where are you looking for those higher lows to come in at? You're looking for them to come in on your golden pocket 786 retracement. This is the zone that your highest likelihood of a higher low to come in is sitting. And what happens? You get the big move up, come to the golden pocket, you lose it, down to the 786, higher low, break a structure to the upside. Continuation of the trend. Simple market structure. Simple trend, right? So keep that in mind, right? Like, and again, pulling up some of these other coins. TIA. Right, just still chilling down here. Has not gotten the push up into its old range. Hasn't gotten the bullish retest. Right, things like Polkadot. Polkadot kind of did something different here. Right, it kind of ranged around, broke out, and then it went back for another retest, but it kind of just got slammed. But a lot of things have done that. Right, a lot of things have gotten in. Let me see if I can pull up some. Let me see. Ondo ripping here. See if I can find another coin that has done something similar. Yeah, like even here, right? Like, breakout here on AR, looking for a higher low, right? Bullish change of character, higher low, higher high, break a structure to the upside. Lackluster pullback, looking for the break of structure to the upside. Now, you have changed a little bit here. However, if you're looking at this in the grand scheme of the overall trend, looking for that higher low to come in between your golden pocket. We didn't get it on the golden pocket, but we could get it on the 786. And the reason this looks decent to me is because you've also not only come down to the 786, which is where you could potentially put a higher low in, but it also retested the scene of the crime, meaning the previous range high that you broke out of. Sometimes price likes to go test these before going back up for a break of structure. So a lot of things are very similar here. A lot of things are looking very, very similar, right? Dogecoin's kind of in this situation where it's already gotten that next big move up. So keep that in mind. So there you go. Let's see. Okay. So let's go back to Jasmine real quick. Bada boom. Let me turn off the indicators. Bada boom. Yeah. So that's kind of what I look for. Key level to break here on Jasmine, 0.0244. 0.02438. Break above that, you're looking a bit higher. So yeah, that's what I look at here on Jasmine. Yeah, that's what I'd be looking at for the most part here. Now, if you get the move down, value area low going to be your key level of support, because if you do wind up getting the bigger breakdown, you know, it's kind of hard to get your like upper value area over here. But you know, if you start pulling some local fibs here. Yeah, getting the bounce off the golden pocket. This 786 at about 0.01312 would be a level to watch as well. But we'll cross that bridge if it happens, right? Like right now, if things keep ripping, we might not have to go see those prices. But that's the local range. Doorway to higher prices is right there. All right. So Jasmine, Sui, Band. All right, let's take a quick look at Band. Take a look at the Binance chart. Very similar here. Very similar. Kind of the same setup. This is not broken out yet. There's your upper range. I'm going to kind of fly through this. There's your upper range. Value area low. POC. Value area high. Here. Whoops. I'll have to re-pull this. Actually. Yeah. Here's your lower range. So this is more in the situation of some of those dinosaur coins that have not broken out yet. Right? So you hold above that value area low, flip that POC value area high, but for the most part, that's your lower accumulation zone. Similar, right? This is like Link down here. Accumulation, and then what happens? You get the breakout into the larger range, and where did you retest? You retested the prior range highs and that 786 that I was just talking about. Right? This is not like some secret thing that I invented either, guys. This is not some like secret and again, you get this little fake out change of character, but just in general, bullish change of character, big impulse to the upside. At that point, you're looking at things in terms of higher lows, lackluster pullbacks for higher lows, and continuations up. And what did we come down and test? Where's that higher low likely to come in? Between the golden pocket and the 786. Where did you come down to? That 786, and you even came down to tap the previous range high. So could we potentially see that bigger breaker structure to the upside. It could be, guys. It could be. If this bull market's just going to go, this could be what we're seeing. It lines up technically. So there you go. And that's how we'll come back to Chainlink, even though kind of just covered what we're looking at there. But same thing on Band, right? Except Band has not gotten a breakout and a retest of its range, right? Band is lagging behind. A lot of these things are lagging behind. So we'll see what happens, right? Like this would be a spot pickup for me if I were looking to buy Band. This would be a spot pickup. Check the weekly. Weekly green dot has been confirmed now. So we don't really have that beautiful confirmation. Monthly green dot looking to print. You also have a, like weekly bullish divergences, kind of. Not really that beautiful. Let's check the 2-day. Let's see. Yeah, these 2-day bull divs tend to be very good for altcoins. So yeah, 8-hour. Check the 4-hour. Yeah, so I wouldn't really be interested in anything short term here. I would just be looking at this in the grand scheme of the overall market, right? Like accumulation. If this thing rips up to its value area low, it's a 251% pump. Value area high at about 716%. Going to those previous all-time highs, it's a 1,600% rip. Pretty fire. So yeah, that's assuming you do get back to those all-time highs. Not everything goes back to its all-time high. Keep that in. Keep that in mind. So there you go. That's what I'd be looking at on Band. We took a look at Sui. We took a look at Jasmine. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum here. Chainlink. But yeah, I mean, Chainlink kind of remains the same. We are, holding this macro value area low at about $10 as support. As long as we held above this, we'd be looking for moves up to that POC, which is pretty much where we're sitting right now, right? And I'll even hide this fib, right? Simply put, one area of value, second area of value. Once you get above this level, you're looking to go to the POC and potentially the high. And like right now, key level of support. Whoops. Come on. Just want to hide this. Yeah. Key level of support right now on Chainlink. Value area low, $10.11. Hold above that. Keeps the door open to the POC. We flip this POC. What is this? Is this a daily level? What is this? Well, I think we do have a daily level. I'm going to make it a daily level. There we go. So yeah, we flip that POC sitting right now at a 1533. Flip that, looking up towards the daily at about 1842. Flip that daily. Now, sure, you have this little local volume profile that you can play around in, right? So if you do continue up there, come on, right? Get above the POC, flip that daily. Could look for that value area high at 2072. Break out there. You're still just anticipating this to be the overall journey to your macro value area high. So that's kind of the local levels. But in the grand scheme of things, like even if you pull this volume profile to here, or I'm sorry, pull this volume profile like this. Yeah, because there's kind of two major ranges you can look at here, and I'll actually separate these. Put this in a folder. Come on, there we go. Hide that, right? Because there's kind of two ranges you can look at Chainlink in, right? You can look at the overall, and there's no wrong way to look at it, right? Like you could either look, right? I'll just unhide the TA, right? You could either look at it with this macro range pulled all the way back here from August 6th, 2020, all the way to about Wednesday, the 2nd of March, 2022, or you could pull it like this with your kind of local range, right? And then you can, keep this separately in mind, right? And this kind of makes a lot of sense because what happens here, you break out of your previous area of balance, you go you go and break out towards that macro value area low. That's your big doorway to higher prices, right? 1859. You break above that, that's where you're looking between $27 and $32 for Chainlink. So yeah, right? And then you have that nice clean kind of visual of accumulation, breakout to your previous area of balance, cool off, retesting that range high before potentially getting the next big breakup. So two ways to look at the market there on Chainlink. Either way is valid, whether you want to look at the smaller volume profile or that bigger volume profile. It's just a different context. Still valuable levels to look at. But, looking at everything else, this is probably the range that, would be more in line with what how we've kind of been looking at stuff recently. So there you go. That's what I'd be looking at on Chainlink. Weekly, Yeah, weekly green dot's been confirmed for quite some time here. Might be, yeah, money flow on the 3-day looking across into the green. 2-day money flow crossover into the green. This money flow has been in the green for quite some time. So, yeah, you know, these higher daily red dots, higher daily time frame red dots are the things that we look at for cool-offs. But for the most part, guys, we are in a bull market. So being very conservative with those short positions. But now you guys know exactly what I'm looking at here on Bitcoin, and not only Bitcoin, but the altcoins, guys. I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate every single one of you guys for sticking around till the end of the stream. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of today's stream, and you have a good idea of kind of what I am looking at as far as the next targets to the upside, not only on Bitcoin, but also the altcoins. But yeah, I'm just playing that Bitcoin range, guys, looking at it as a typical volume profile. If we get the big rip to the upside, you guys have those targets. If we get the bigger cool off, you guys will look for those targets down below that we looked at earlier in the stream. And I will be trading this thing with the premium Discord up and down. Yo, shout out to Gen Z, said, called it magic ball. Shout out to Gen Z. I don't know exactly what you're referring to, but I wouldn't be surprised if you were able to get some targets to come in here. So, let's see. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at here, guys. We'll see what happens. We're going to let Bitcoin kind of wiggle around, see if we can find some entries in the Discord. And with all that being said, also shout out to Tony D. I believe our blow. Oh, yeah, I think he might have pinned it. I forgot to mention this. Yeah, so shout out to Tony D, guys. If you want to sign, if you're looking for a place to trade, you can check out Blowfin. They're no KYC. And for the first 50 signups, Blowfin is giving 15% cashback bonus on the first deposit. So depending on how much you deposit, you will get 15% of that deposited into your account as a bonus, which means that you can, it's basically like free money that you could trade with. You can't just withdraw it automatically, but if you make profit on that money, you will be able to actually withdraw the profit that you make on that extra money that they deposit. So check that out if you guys are interested. We work so hard to get you guys the best deal. We usually, Tony D never takes that first deal that people offer. He always tries to dig for a little extra value for the Mafia. So shout out to the CandleMafia. I will see you guys here tomorrow, same place, same time. Hopefully we can get Bitcoin to do something exciting, and we'll have more to talk about tomorrow. With all that being said, I low-key think Mrs. Candles is cooking sauce right now. I'm not even joking. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow, same place, same time, right here on the Frank Candles live stream, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Smash that like button on your way out. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
What's your prediction? Sorry, guys. I don't think she knew she went live. You can't. Don't touch. I told you not to touch the stream deck. Why is the mouse over here? Sorry, guys. Mrs. Candles sometimes she likes to like pretend to do TA. It's kind of cute. It's low key kind of cute. I love it. Shout out to Golden in the chat. Mrs. Candles, you show up and Golden pops up. Let's go. Shout out to Golden. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time. Same place, same time tomorrow, guys. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't mind Mrs. Candles. I think she said Bitcoin to 100K. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy. On the road, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy. On the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy. On the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy. And it's time to